Oh, look at him. Look at him. It's one of the most cutest skins of all time because, you know, there's a fucking eye on the shoulder pads and they blink. And also the hammer blinks. So you really want to feel like a monster, don't you? Because you're playing Mordekaiser, that's the whole point. You're gonna be like, wait, what the fuck is that build and why are you going these? Well, I'm gonna show you. Wait, what the fuck are these runes? Why are you going these runes? I'm also gonna tell you that because it's gonna be quite the funny. So we have a dummy here, 2500 HP, 120 armor, 120 MR, right? I have to make this as accurate as possible. Let's say this is a mage or a ADC, right? And you have 227 AD, 163 AP, you have 153 armor, 112, what's it called? MR. You also have Jakshu, so you will get 30% more, let's say, armor magic resist when you have been in a battle for quite a long time. This is also really good to have Jakshu because you ult someone for 7 seconds. So when you're in combat for 5 seconds, you already get the whole stack, right? So when you get out of your ult, you're actually tankier. And if you kill a tank, well, guess what? You just stole pretty much 10% of their stats, right? So you're even more tankier. You have more stats and stuff like that. So what I want you guys to understand is that this build is gonna be fucking horrendous to be against, especially if you're a mage, if you are a off tank, if you are a bruiser, if you are a whatever the fuck you wanna be, because you won't be killed. Especially if you're trying to 1v1 somebody or actually kidnap somebody, let's say from a Baron Steel or a Dragon Steel or a Baron Steel or an Elder Steel. You can just yoink away the jungler and just keep him or just kill him, you know, that's the whole point of Mordekaiser. So I am gonna show you now what the build is all about. Why do I have these items? Okay, first, I'm gonna explain Triple Tonic. Triple Tonic is really good. You get a gold, 40 gold, and true damage, 5 true damage on hit for 1 minute versus the whole lane. So it helps you push out the lane. You get Elixir of Force, which gives you 20 adaptive force. So when you are basically level 6, you can just press that elixir and just ult and you will win because you have way more damage than the laner because the laner didn't back to buy items. That's the whole point of Triple Tonic. And when you get level 9, you get Elixir of Skill. So usually we Mord players have 5. When we're level 9, we have 5 on Obliterate. We have 1 on Shield and 2 on Death Grasp. But when you have, if you look over here, when you have 2 points on Death Grasp, you have 7.5, what's it called, magic penetration, right? But you can actually drink the elixir and get another point, so you have 10 instead. Why do you want to do that? Because Riot only buffed Obliterate and not the passive. The passive is still magic. So you have to understand, you have to think like you're playing old Corki, basically, right? Because you kind of build a bit of both, and you will be just fine anyways, because your passive used to do magic damage, meanwhile your other abilities did 80 damage, right? So here you kind of have to think the same way. In lane, you have to start with Dorn's Shield or Dorn's Ring and not Dorn's Blade, because one reason is your basic attacks don't do AD damage, it does AP damage. So what you do is that you build Dorn's Ring into Hexplate right away. Because when you're level 9, you probably have both, what's it called, the Magic Pen Boots and Hexplate, and you can just run people down. But this is the whole build, right? So the order is basically Hexplate into Rylai's into Sterk's Gauge, because you want to prevent people from getting your bounty if you're really ahead, and Sterk's Gauge helps you denying bounty because you will have a big shield on top of another big shield, right? So then when you go to mid game, let's say you're 25 minutes in and you have, or 28 minutes and you have all these items, then you want to build Jakshu because you want to prevent yourself from dying while you have your shields up, and this will help quite a lot, because if I stack it up a normal dummy over here, and then I will have this bonus soon. Yeah, so I have 167 now and 125, and that's enough. That's enough, okay? So, how and why am I going Halo Blaze and Cheap Shot? Because Cheap Shot will always give you true damage, and true damage you will get because your movement impaired somebody, and you're doing it because of the slow from Scepter. And it is permanent, basically, if you're just around the person with your passive on. That's the whole point. And then you have Deep Ward, because Deep Wards are actually pretty good. You can just Deep Ward, make sure that you don't get ganked or just waste the jungler's time to take the whole ward because there's an extra health on it. And you want Ultimate Hunter, because Ultimate Hunter goes hand in hand with Experimental Hexplate, right? And you want this early on, because the more you go around the map and kill people and you stack up Ultimate Hunter, the faster you're gonna have your ult up. Look at my ultimate cooldown. It's just 1 minute. It's just 1 minute, and that's crazy, actually. That is super crazy. And the funny thing is, I will show you, approach velocity will give us more movement speed. We already have, you know, 385, right? But if I Q, now you have 437. IQ again, 437. Why? Because I'm getting 15% movement speed for free just because I have one item, right? And you want that because now, you see how much movement speed I'm getting? You see how much I'm running? I don't even have river walking. I don't. That's a lot of movement speed. Now imagine that this is a tank, right? And you see the ADC in the distance, right? And you want to gap close in a way so they cannot just flash or anything and just whatever, right? So you want to run into the ADC or the mage in this instance, right? You just want to run in, right? I'm going to show you how much movement speed you get, right? First, I'm going to show you how much movement speed you get. I'm not going to do damage, okay? First, you click Ghost. You see how much movement speed you have? Nobody can outrun you in this small little circle, right? Now I'm going to show you why I have Halo Blades, okay? People always... I have seen so many Mord mains just do this. They just ult and they try to hit the Q instead of try to basic attack. Now the funny thing is we don't have that much attack speed because, well, it's Mordekaiser, like we don't really buy attack speed, right? But in this case, attack speed is really good. Wait, you didn't explain Nashor's Tooth. Oh yeah, you have Nashor's Tooth because of your passive. You will do more damage on your passive because you have Nashor's Tooth, you have AP, right? And you will do on-hit damage from whatever basic attacks you do. And Halo Blades will help you with that. Now here's another funny. How much damage am I gonna do to this dummy who has 2500 HP? It's actually a bit stuck. But also 120 armor and 120 magic resist, right? So we're gonna do the whole thing. Right? We're gonna do the whole thing, and we're gonna show you that the only way you're gonna, let's say they try to run away from you, right? But you're gonna just do this and just start basic attacking, and they will be permanently slowed. They cannot do anything. They cannot do anything about this. They cannot run away from you ever. They cannot run away from you. So the thing is, I'm pretty sure this is going to be a pretty good build. Not only that, if you have feats, then you get Spell Slinger, which actually benefits your E passive, and you have 18 Magic Pen, and you have 21 Magic Penetration, right? This is pretty good. This is really good. And if you're getting low, well, okay, how about this? Let's see how long it takes. That was 2 shields, by the way. You can tank quite a lot. So in my opinion, hey man, try this. This is pretty good. In my opinion, this build is gonna be pretty nice. Because it's an alternative, right? So you can actually just go this and just run people down and people will not like you anymore, right? So